I'm not. So I'm going to play reasonably safe and go for Canada.
Canada, you're saying? Let's see how many of our people said Canada. There's your red line. If you come below that red line, you are through to the next round. It's good enough. Very good indeed. So Canada scores you a nice low score of 6, taking your total to 6. Richard?
Yeah, very good answer. 6 points. They played in all 6 World Cups. The best they did was the quarterfinals in 1991.
OK, now Debs. You are the high scorers on 59. What do you do, Debs?
I am a technical assistant at a weapon defence company, missile defence.
Do you work several kilometres below ground? Do you follow rugby at all?
I don't. I had an ex-boyfriend who was a big fan of rugby and used to make me watch games with him, and I am now desperately wishing I'd paid more attention. I am going to play it safe and go for Scotland. OK, you're going to say Scotland.
You have to hope this score's as low as possible for you. As I say, you are the high scorers, so there's no red line. Let's see how many people said Scotland. Well, you went safe, and again, it's cost you. That scores you 56, which takes your total up to 115. Scotland, Richard.
Yeah, another big score. They've also appeared in all 6 World Cups. Never got to a final, though.
OK, well, the good news for Susie and Sally is you can't fail. You're definitely through to the next round. So, Susie, why not see if you can find a pointless answer?
The team I've been thinking of all the way through and praying that nobody else answered that one. So I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to say Fiji.
That's what I was thinking of as well.
Oh, well.
Oh, what about that? Fantastic. OK, we are looking for a lovely low score here, possibly a pointless answer that would add another £250 to our jackpot. Susie is saying Fiji. Let's see how many people said Fiji. That scores you 20, taking your total to 27. Fiji, Richard.
Yeah, great minds think alike. Fiji played in 5 World Cups. Well done.
Eileen, quite a lot of pressure on you here. The high scorers are Debs and Emma on 115. You are on 53. If you score 62 or over, we'll be saying goodbye to you.
It's quite possible, as I've never watched a rugby match in my life.
OK.
And I'm just hoping New Zealand has a team.
You're hoping New Zealand
has
a team. God, if they haven't, they really should. It'd be brilliant. I reckon they'd be brilliant at rugby. Don't you? There's your red line. If you come below that red line, Eileen, you are staying with us. OK, let's see how many people said New Zealand. Oh, dear. They do have a team, Eileen.
I knew they would, yeah.
They do, I'm afraid. Richard, New Zealand.
Yeah, they've been in all 6 finals. They won it in '87. It's tough luck.
You jinxed us.
You know what? I don't know what to say.
So that is the end of round 1, and the losing pair with the highest score. I'm sorry to say it's Eileen and Barbara. It wasn't really your subject, was it?
It wasn't, no.
You know, but you played admirably.
Yes.
What would you have loved to have come up? What would have been your dream category?
Billy Fury.
Wow, Billy Fury.
Oh, that's question 2.
What a shame. And Barbara, what about you?
I would have preferred maybe Elvis Presley.
OK. Richard, what should they have said if they'd wanted to stay in the game?
Well, there were 4 pointless answers. Well done if you've got any of these at home. There's one fantastically obscure pointless answer as well. Let's take a look at all 4. There's Namibia, played in 3 World Cups. Ivory Coast, I think it's fantastically scored. Just played in 1 in 1995. Well done if you got that one. Georgia, we've already had from Guy, played in 2. And Zimbabwe, who played in the first couple. Let's take a look at the 3 worst answers you could have given. New Zealand. Yeah. It's only the 3rd worst answer you could have given.
Yeah.
It's OK, isn't it? Because you could have also said Australia, which would have been the second worst answer. And top of all, what do you think?
Well, probably England.
It is England indeed, would have scored you a mighty 88 points.
Well, Eileen and Barbara, I'm afraid you just didn't have that pointless rugby knowledge you needed to get through to the next round.
We've
But,
enjoyed it, though.
We will see you next time.
Yeah, whether you like it or
That
not.
we can be sure we will like it. I can promise you that. But thank you so much. You've been fantastic contestants. Thanks so much for playing.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, only 2 pairs make it through to the head-to-head, so one of our teams is going to be leaving at the end of this round very disappointed. You just have to make sure it's not you. OK, the category for the second round is fictional villains. Oh, I think Debs is quite confident in that one. Can you decide in all your pairs who's going to go first and who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Batman villains as they could. Guy not looking too thrilled. Richard.
The correct answers in this round are all enemies of the superhero Batman, either from the films or from the 1960s TV series starring Adam West. Batman villains.
In round 2, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers in each pass. I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, but you have to be very careful because there is also at least one incorrect answer amongst the 7. Pick one of those and you will score the maximum of 100 points, so be warned. The first set of 7 answers are Falseface, Sandman, Bookworm, Siren, Catwoman, Joker, Poison Ivy. Sally, we are looking for Batman villains. Do you like Batman?
I've watched it. I can't say it's top of my list of things.
What are your hobbies, Sally?
Shopping.
Yeah?
Shopping.
Yes.
Shopping. Basically. I don't know. There's a couple on there that I think not many people would think of. For some reason, there's one jumping out at me, but I still...
Batman villains do that.
They do, don't they? The one that is jumping out at me, and it could well be wrong, and I'm sorry if it is wrong, but I'm going to say Sandman.
Sandman. Let's see how many people said Sandman, and if it's a correct answer. Oh, no! Unfortunately, Sandman is a wrong answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points.
Yeah, I'm afraid Sandman fights Spider-Man, not Batman.
See?
Sandman and Batman very much have an entente.
Is Sandman in Spider... Oh, sorry, I'm just revealing how little I know. Is Sandman... Does he fight people with his sleep-inducing powers or with sand?
Does he not turn into sand? I
Yeah,
seem
he's
to
an
have this thing of he
enormous
just
sort of
disappeared.
sandy...
Yeah.
Right.
he can do all that sort of thing.
OK.
But nowhere near Batman.
Debs, do you know the Batman films and TV shows?
Not so much the TV shows because I think I'm a little young for them, but the Batman films when they started doing them, was it the 80s, late 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s? Seen all of them.
Well, that's
Been
good.
a while now.
That's pretty good going. So
Good
some of these
start.
names mean something to you?
Yes, so I'm going to go for one that I'm pretty sure is in those earlier films. Going to go for Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy, there it is at the bottom of the board. Let's see how many people said Poison Ivy. That's right. Very good. Not a bad score at all. Poison Ivy nets you 14. Richard.
Yeah, Poison Ivy uses plant toxins to disable her enemies, which is green at least. She has the lowest carbon footprint, I think, of any of the Batman villains.
Very good. Guy.
Hi. Yeah.
We are looking for Batman villains.
I worked as a lifeguard once, and a colleague of mine was really into comic books. So he once lent me one, insisting that I read it, and I vaguely remember a female jester, Siren, pops out to me.
Siren sings to you.
Yes, it does.
Let's see how many people said Siren. Down it goes. Oh! 1!
Very close.
Siren scores you 1. Not a bad score. Richard, Siren.
Yeah, Siren, very good answer. Played in the TV series by Joan Collins. And she puts men under her spell by singing a note 3 octaves above high C. Let me take you through the rest of them. There's a couple of obvious ones there. Joker, of course. We've got you 94 points, almost as bad as a wrong answer. Catwoman, It's been played by Michelle Pfeiffer, Halle Berry, Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt, all sorts of people. And the other two, what do you think, right or wrong? Do you think pointless or incorrect?
I'm going to go pointless, both of them.
You're going to go pointless, both of them?
I'm going for the double
You
O.
are exactly right. Bookworm had thick glasses and a reading light in his hat. He'd be the sort of Batman villain I would be, I think. And Falseface, who was